10, 11, and 12 we are also going to solve by using a proportion. We have similar objects. If I would double one side on the shape, I'd have to double all of the sides on the shape. So again, we're going to start out by setting up a proportion. I like to set up my proportion using the variable I'm going to solve for. So in this case, I want to find x. X corresponds to 7 over on this shape. So x over 7 has to equal something else. I'm going to pick one of the numbers on the same shape as the x, since I started with the x here. Doesn't matter which one you pick. For example, I'm going to pick the 3.6. 3.6 corresponds to 4. So 3.6 over 4. If I solve that by cross multiplying, x times 4 would be 4x. 7 times 3.6. 7 times 3.6. 25.2. Again, in order to solve that, we just have to divide by the 4. X equals 6.3. Right? This side is just a little smaller than this side, then this side should be just a little smaller than that side, right? Now, what happens had I set up my proportion using one of those other numbers? Just for fun. I still would start out with x over 7, because x is the side I want, it corresponds with the 7. But what if I would have picked the 2.7? 2.7 corresponds to the side over here, that is 3. If I solve that by cross multiplying, 3x is going to equal 7 times 2.7. 7 times 2.7 is 18.9. If I divide that by 3 to solve that, guess what? X is equal to 6.3. I got the same answer both ways. It didn't matter. I could solve it a third way and put 1.8 over 2. I still should get the 6.3. Not that you have to do it 3 different ways, but to get the point across that it doesn't matter which side you pick as long as you set it up with its corresponding side. So, if we look at the next one. Number 11. Again, I'm trying to find the length of x. X corresponds to the 3. So x over 3 is going to equal. I'm going to pick one of those numbers and one of those sides to work with. Just because it's easy to draw an arrow, I'm going to pick the 4.8. The 4.8 corresponds with the 4. So 4.8 over 4. Cross multiply. X times 4 is 4x. 3 times 4.8. 3 times 4.8. 14.4. I got to solve that by dividing by my coefficient of 4. And so x is going to be 3.6. 3.6. So here, it was a smaller number. It's bigger over here. Here it was smaller. It's a little bit bigger over here, right? 4 went to 4.8. 3 to 3.6. Number 12, same kind of thing. Number 12 is the last one on this page. Again, I am trying to find the length of x. X is this side here. X corresponds to 5. So x over 5 is going to equal, picking a number to use, I'm just going to use the 3.6 again because it's easy to draw my arrows so I don't have to go through the middle of my shape. So I'm going to use 3.6 over 4. If you wanted to, you could do 2.7 over 3 or 1.8 over 2. We all should end up with the same answer. Cross multiplying. X times 4 would give me 4x. 5 times 3.6. 18. So in order to solve this, I'm going to divide by my 4. And I'm going to get 4.5. 4.5. This side is 5. Here we got 4.5. This side was 4. It went with 3.6. And so forth. All right, that is the end of homework day 38.